Hello everyone and welcome to Valamore Things. Feel free to follow me to see more of my content. Thank you and I hope you'll enjoy the video. Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we are playing BOROS Convoke. The whole point of today's video is to play a budget-friendly deck. We are around 70 ticks here. And both a standard deck translated in modern. So, as you can see, this list has many similarities with the standard one, which is a tier 1 in standard at the moment. Both lists are playing the whole set of Thraben Inspector and Novice Inspector, Warden of the Inner Sky, Gleeful Demolition, and Knight-Errant of Eos. So these lists are very similar, and we're going to find out if we can win some games with a standard deck modified expressly for modern. So how this deck works. The main goal here is to create an early artifact both with Memnite or Ornithopter, both with Novice Inspector, creating a clue when it enters the battlefield. Thraben Inspector is the same card with different name. Voldaren Epicure coming into the battlefield, creating a blood token. So once we have that early artifact, we're going to sacrifice that to Gleeful Demolition or Kuldotha Rebirth. The thing is, as we sacrifice that artifact, we were going to create 3 1/1 Goblin creature tokens with both Kuldotha Rebirth or Gleeful Demolitions. Once we have these tokens onto the battlefield, we are going to use them to attack with a fast Goblin Bushwhacker, giving +1/+0 and haste to all of our creatures if we kick him, or to tap those goblins and play one of our payoffs. The payoffs are Venerated Loxodon. This thing here has Convoke 4/4. When Venerated Loxodon enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature that convoked it. So if we tap maybe one Topter and I don't know 3 goblins, we can play this thing on turn 2 and give +1/+1 to all our creatures, and on turn 3 go with a Bushwhacker and maybe kill our opponent. The other payoff here is Knight-Errant of Eos. This guy also has Convoke and is also a 4/4. When Knight-Errant enters the battlefield, we look at the top 6 cards of our library. We may reveal up to 2 creature cards with mana value X or less from among them, where X is the number of creatures that convoked Knight-Errant of Eos. Put the revealed cards into our hand. So with Knight-Errant of Eos, we are going to look for Goblin Bushwhacker mostly, or Warden of the Inner Sky. This guy here is the little, let's say little payoff. 1 mana, 1/2, as long as Warden of the Inner Sky has 3 or more counters on it, it has Flying and Vigilance. If we tap 3 untapped artifacts and or creatures we control, we put a +1/+1 on Warden of the Inner Sky and we scry 1. We can only activate this ability as a sorcery. So the deck is pretty straightforward. We want to flood the board with little goblins, play one of our big payoffs as Knight-Errant of Eos or Venerated Loxodon, finish the game with one fast Goblin Bushwhacker, or a big Warden of the Inner Sky. So the mana base is also pretty straightforward, only 16 lands, only 1 basic mountain, the rest is just 4 Sunbaked Canyons for Inspiring Vantage, 3 Sacred Foundries and 4 Arid Mesa. In the sideboard we have Chalice of the Void, because you never know if Cascade is still there, Custodian against mostly our Phyrexian friend Yawgmoth, Double Guaranteer because, you know, Leyline Scion is a thing. Same goes for Leonin Relic Warder. So this card was a thing like 12 years ago or something. So this thing, 2 white mana, 2/2. When Leonin Relic Warder enters the battlefield, we may exile target artifact or enchantment. So pretty good. We can exile both at our choice, one within Scion, Leyline Binding, Leyline of the Guile Pact. When Relic Warder leaves the battlefield, they get the exiled card back under their owner's control. So we have 2 Path to Exile to remove some big threats like, I don't know, Primeval Titan or Yagomot, you know. Mana Tithe. Mana Tithe to counter, I don't know, maybe Cascade spells or whatever combo piece, Goryos, I don't know. Burn Stoneforge Standard, mostly against burn. So here we are with the deck. Let's jump into today's league and see if we can grab some wins with this budget-friendly deck directly from Standard into the Modern metagame. Are you ready? So here we are for game number 1. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it. It's free and will help me a lot. And I am also on TikTok, so check out my profile even there. Thank you so much for all the support you're giving me. So, as you can see, we are playing against a weird Aether Vial Saga Field of Ruin deck that I have no idea what is going on. So, we started off turn 1 with Voldaren Epicure, and turn 2 we got Gleeful Demolition, tap everything, Venerated Loxodon, and we even have the Bushwhacker to win the game on turn 3 if everything goes right. Opponent can make a blocker here, but I highly doubt this would be enough to save him. So we firstly play the Thopter, and then we play the Bushwhacker, giving haste and +1/+0 to everyone, both himself and the Thopter we just played. We swing with everything. What is the opponent doing? They go Vial. What? Kellan. Okay. That's weird. They block and they go down to 4, so opponent is already half dead. Welcoming Vampire out of the Vial before creating a token so they can draw off the Welcoming Vampire. I love this card. Opponent is attacking us with Kellan. Are they mad? We have another Bushwhacker and they answer with a Solitude, pitching a Giver of Runs. So opponent is playing a strange Death and Taxes deck. We swing with everything regardless of our opponent's blockers, and we win game 1 pretty easily. That was brutal. Okay, opponent isn't playing the most tired deck of the entire format, but we destroyed them. Let's check out game number 2, guys. So we started off with Novice Inspector and Ornithopter. We go Kuldotha Rebirth on the clue, and we convoke for a big Knight-Errant of Eos. 10 playing Warden of the Kuldotha Rebirth. So the opponent has a lot of pressure going on here. They go Giver of Runs, they charge up their Vial. As you can see, the board state is already in a completely degenerate state. We can now play basically all our hand. We can convoke for another Knight-Errant of Eos. Grabbing a Loxodon and a Bushwhacker, opponent is probably long dead now. We go Gleeful Demolition on the Memnite. We tap everything we can to play the Venerated Loxodon. So here I should have probably tapped a Goblin, leave the Warden of the Inner Sky untapped, and tap the 3 Goblins I had to pump the Warden of the Inner Sky. So opponent now has a pretty decent board state, but I highly doubt that this will be enough to stop us. So we go Bushwhacker, Aether Vial for my opponent, Archon of Emeria, yeah, we don't care. So we swing with everything we have. I don't know why I'm clicking all the creatures one by one, but whatever. Okay, so opponent, are you scared? Opponent, what you gonna do? You dying in 1 turn, you sacrificing your entire board state? And opponent just died. I think they miscalculated. So we are already 1-0, and this was ridiculous. This was insanely good. Now I know why this deck is a Tier 1 in Standard. I mean, we destroyed a Tier 3, I know, Tier 3 Modern deck, but we destroyed them. That's insane. Let's take a look at match number 2, guys. This is insane. Okay, match number 2 against Sandor 48. So we are keeping this hand because we have both Thraben Inspector, Novice Inspector, 2 lands, 2 Kuldotha Rebirth, and 1 Knight-Errant of Eos. Opponent Shadowy Backstreet. Probably Goryo. Yes, that's definitely Goryo. Okay, this is scamming a Grief. I don't like that. But they only have 1 card left in their hand. So, and we top deck another Thraben Inspector. I should have played the Novice Inspector to not give them any information. So they go Grief, they discard the Novice Inspector. That's okay. And we top deck the Venerated Loxodon. We tap everything we have. We play the Loxodon. And the opponent just conceded because they can't do anything against such a big board state and only 2 cards in hand. And we could have even draw a card off of Sunbaked Canyon next turn. So maybe hitting a Knight-Errant of Eos or another Kuldotha Rebirth or a Bushwhacker or whatever. We destroyed them once more. Next game is here. Let's take a look at the sideboard. I boarded out 2 Topters and boarded in I can't remember what I actually boarded in. Path to Exile, right. 2 Path to Exile. Okay, so this is a slow start. Opponent already has a Griselbrand in the graveyard. We fetch in the end of turn. We go Thraben Inspector. We go Kuldotha Rebirth and Sunbaked Canyon. Now we want to pump the Warden of the Inner Sky. I should have probably played the Venerated Loxodon here. I don't know why I didn't. Opponent Shadowy Backstreet. By the way, those lands, those survey lands are really strong. Opponent Tainted Indulgence. So they go Goryo's Vengeance. They get the Griselbrand. They attack. I go Path to Exile and they probably Ephemerate. Yes, they do. Okay, we are now in big trouble, guys. We are now in big trouble. I don't think we can win. We need to top deck probably another Path to Exile. I played the Loxodon. Pump everything. On the next turn, I can go with a big swing, but the opponent will be up several life points. I don't know. Okay, Solitude. Okay, there's no way I can come back from here. So I conceded because opponent is Solitude here. They will get the rebound, probably Solitude on the Warden of the Inner Sky. Swinging for 7, going up to 12. So next turn I could have gone Bushwhacker, swinging for 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, and 16. They could have just easily blocked with Solitude on whatever, like one of those goblins, gain 3. So, and then just swing me again with Griselbrand and kill me. So, probably not worth trying. Maybe I could have won, maybe with an artifact top deck. But, yeah. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have conceded. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? But I think this was mostly unwinnable. 90% unwinnable. So I just decided to concede. Okay guys, let's check out. This is a Tier 1 deck, by the way, and we are holding our ground. So let's check out the final match. Sorry, final game. I don't know why I keep confusing games and matches every single time. By the way, sideboard I think stayed the same. We go Warden of the Inner Sky, turn 1. We go Topter, Kuldotha Rebirth, and we tap everything. We keep the Captain Eos on top after the scry. We swing with the Warden of the Inner Sky. Opponent fetching for a Meticulous Archive. And opponent just randomly conceded. I don't know why. Maybe they were just grinding and they didn't find any solution or anything actually mattering. So they know that on next turn I would have gone with like Goblin Bushwhacker and they were already almost dead. I could have drawn a card off of Sunbaked Canyon and whatever. Okay, well, we are 2-0 in the league. This was an easy and brutal win against this poor Sandor 48. If you're hearing me, Sandor 48, just tell me why you conceded. Okay, guys, match number 3, here we come. So, here we are on the play once more. That's a pretty decent hand with turn 1 Novice Inspector plus Ornithopter, and Kuldotha Rebirth probably. Okay, we're playing against Goryos once more. I'm scared though. Wasn't easy turn before. Okay, we go with another Gleeful Demolition. We have some power now on board. We swing for 3 damage. And my opponent is down to 17. They go Grief. Okay, they take the Bushwhacker. That's not good. What? They didn't had any Ephemerate effect. And by the way, we top deck another Bushwhacker. Farseed's bag once more. And opponent just conceded because it's more than 14 damage, or maybe it's exactly 14 damage. No, it's more than 14 damage. It's like 16. They don't have a removal because I think they only play Prismatic Ending as removals main deck. So we easily won once more game 1. And this thing, my gosh, what do you think, guys? This thing looks unstoppable. Okay, next game, not match, next game. I mean, Landfall Zoo was pretty fast, but we take a mulligan, by the way, we are on the draw. But this thing is also very fast. So opponent Farseed's taking Kuldotha Rebirth. We start off with Thraben Inspector, and once more I made the mistake to not play the Novice Inspector, but to not give them information about my Thraben Inspector. But by the way, they have another Farseed, so... By the way, opponent is already down to 13. On next turn we can evoke the Knight-Errant of Eos. Or maybe just swing my opponent into his face. I don't know. Let's decide after their turn. Okay, they grab an Undercity Sewer, milling their Prismatic Ending. Strange. Okay, they're not doing anything particularly interesting now. So we decide to convoke the Knight-Errant of Eos by just 4 mana. We grab Thopter plus Novice Inspector, and we play both of them on this turn. So as you can see, we have a lot of clues and blood tokens, so we can even draw more cards if we need to. Pretty resilient. Opponent, Phalagi, Archaeologist into the graveyard. Okay, they are floating, they're not doing anything. I mean, am I just being really lucky? Or maybe my opponent's not so lucky, but I don't know. Okay, Solitude, pitching Atraxa. They don't even have Ephemerate. Okay. Opponent down to 4. We go with Gleeful Demolition. They have to cast a Damn. They don't have it, and we win going up 3-0 in this league. This is insane. I mean, okay, they probably were a bit unlucky here because we only saw 2 discard spells and 1 pitched Solitude. Like, no Ephemerate, no nothing. So, not a great start from them. No Fateful Mending, no Goryo's Vanishing, no whatever. No removals. But I mean, look at what we did here. So many body on the battlefield. Wow. And also 3 clue tokens. Wow. Wow. Okay. Let's take a look at the next match, guys. We are fighting for the trophy with a super budget-friendly, almost a standard deck. That's insane. Let's take a look at the next match. Match number 4, this time on the draw, but we get to have a super decent hand. Opponent is playing probably Scales. I'm not sure about that. We go Inspector, Tapter, and probably turn to Loxodon. Our opponent another Inkmoth, Springleaf Drum, Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, Colossus Hammer. Okay, here we are. Colossus Hammer. Okay. We have so many lands though, it's gonna be hard. We got Kuldotha Rebirth. We tap everything to just convoke the Venerated Loxodon. Everyone gets +1/+1. So what is the opponent doing now? Another Stoneforge Mystic? Grabbing a Kaldra complete. Okay, Bushwhacker. That's not bad. Can we one-shot them? I don't think so, but they must block someone here. Otherwise they'll die. I will keep one of the Stoneforges alive and block the rest. Yes, that was the right choice. Okay, Saga, and the opponent just conceded. They were down to 8, so what could have possibly done here? Probably animating a Nexus, tapping that for white mana, playing Kaldra, double block, and take 8 damage. Yeah, okay. We easily won even against Hammer Time. What is happening? My god. Let's take a look at game number 2. I swear to god, is it about time that we win another trophy? It's been months since the last trophy I won. Okay, this start is pretty decent. We have to take a mulligan, by the way. It's pretty decent, but nothing like broken. We can go something like next turn, I would say Kuldotha Rebirth, Warden of the Inner Sky, tap, scry 1, and on the next turn go like Bushwhackers win with everything. The opponent went like a Loud Fountain or the Saga and grabbed their own Colossus Hammer with a Stoneforge Mystic. So we go Kuldotha, as I said, probably Loxodon now. Yep, and on next turn we can go both Warden of the Inner Sky, Bushwhacker, and probably close out the game. This is insane, this is so consistently good. Okay, Colossus Hammer, you cannot equip, man. This is so consistently good, that's insane. Look at how many damages I have on the table on turn 3. That's insane. Oh my god. Okay, they block. No, they're thinking about it. Okay, they block now. They go down to 3. Oh my gosh. What can they possibly do? I guess nothing? Did they just concede it and I cannot see that? Yep, they conceded, guys. And we won easily. We are 4-0 in this league with only 1 game lost. It's like, what? That's insanely good. That is insanely good. And we even faced some decent decks, such as Goryo's 2 times, Hammer Time. I mean, those decks are good. Wow. Okay, guys, are you with me to fight for the trophy in the last match? Let's go. Okay, can we grab this trophy? We are on the play with a pretty decent hand. Can we do it? Inspiring Vantage, Novice Inspector, pass the turn. Opponent, Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay, I'm not so happy about that. We go Knight-Errant of Eos. This start is super good. There's no way opponent can win from here. There is no freaking way. They cannot really win from here. Okay, Babel. Shredder away with Survey. They use Babel. Preordain. Pierce away with Survey. Spirebluff Canal. That thing is already Delirium. Okay, so they cannot counter spell here. So we can... oh my gosh. An only hit? Okay, I guess. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Bushwhacker. No. Why? Okay, I just want to pump the Warden of the Inner Sky. Maybe I should have just went Bushwhacker while my opponent was stepped out. Maybe this was a mistake. I don't know. Opponent. Island. Preordain. Serving a Spirebluff Canal away. DRC is so freaking good, by the way. I am not blocking opponent. So now we can go... Why didn't I just play Kuldotha Rebirth? Did I just wanted to bait my opponent? I should have baited him with Kuldotha Rebirth. I swing with everything. Why did I just play my Bushwhacker into a direct counter spell? That was so obvious. I'm fetching and playing the Kuldotha Rebirth, sucking the clue. Tapping everything. Pumping. Oh, we have Bushwhacker on top. Okay. So now this thing is flying and vigilance. And the opponent just conceded, guys. Okay. We are just one single win away from the trophy. How exciting it is. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Just one single win away. Let's take a look at the sideboard though. I boarded out one Memnite. And I boarded in one Path to Exile probably. Cannot even remember what I just boarded in. Oh no, sorry, that was the Baronton. I boarded in the Baronton 4th Tender. Okay, so the start is pretty decent here. Gleeful Demolition. Oh, I think opponent has Brotherhood's Hand. Yes, of course. There's no way they've let me play all those things without Brotherhood's Hand. Okay, so Warden of the Inner Sky. As you can see, he's crying in this deck. He's insane. We keep the Loxodon on top. Opponent probably passing. They are open for a counter spell. Maybe I should bait them with something else in the meantime. So I am tapping things to pump my Warden of the Inner Sky. We see a Memnite on top. I swing with whatever I can. Opponent is not responding to that. I am playing a Thraben Inspector. And I pass the turn. I could have probably pumped the Warden of the Inner Sky once more here. Yep, and that costed me the game, because if I were to pump, Warden of the Inner Sky would have survived the Storm's Wrath. By the way, I just forgot to do so, probably, or I wanted to be able to block a Ragavan or something. Okay, it's becoming hard for us now. Opponent countering every single thing we have. They only have one card in hand. Is it Spell Pierce? Nope. Okay, that's great. We are still in the game. If they have another Brotherhood's Hand, we are dead. Why didn't I just tap to pump the Warden of the Inner Sky? I wasn't expecting Storm's Wrath. I should have expected that. Oh, a big Murktide. Okay, I think we're done. Yep, we're done. They will, of course, find Delirium or a Bolt on this turn. And kill us. Yes, Babel, sure. Cracks the Babel. Swings. We go down to 2. They draw off the Babel. I don't think I can win from here, and I just conceded. That's so sad. If only I had my Warden of the Inner Sky alive. Oh my god. Well, this thing is still too big, but I could have pumped my Warden even bigger than that. Oh, that was a mistake, probably costing me the game. I didn't know that they were playing Storm's Wrath. Well, now I am aware at least. Okay, let's check out the final game. I'm such a better player in paper. I get so distracted while playing on Magic Online. So our start here is not the best. I mean, yeah, we can go perhaps with a land Loxodon turn 3, probably. And of course we missed the land. No, come on guys, not the screw in our final match. Please, I don't deserve that. Yeah, Dragon's Rage Channel, Bubble, Pierce Away, sure. Yes, of course, you have another Spell Pierce, why not? They always have, sure. I swing with whatever I can. I keep the Voldaren Epicure back because I want to be able to cast Venerated Loxodon or Knight-Errant of Eos whenever I can. So maybe now, but they will have card as well, that's for sure. And of course they have it. Every single time. I mean, they always have it. How is that even possible? Okay, Expressive Iteration. Now those guys are going Delirium probably. Yes, Bubble. Okay. They put away an Holy Hit and Lightning Bolt, by the way. They are not Delirium yet. They miss a creature or a land. So we go Voldaren Epicure. We go white mana, Knight-Errant of Eos. And of course they have the second counterspell, my god. So, double Spell Pierce, double Counterspell, double Expressive Iteration. That was my opponent here. I mean, okay, they didn't play technically one Spell Pierce and one Iteration. But yes, that's it. Double Counterspell and double DRC. That's too much to handle. Now they are Delirium. Okay, Bubble. Triple DRC. Well, okay. Okay, that's it guys, 4-1. Oh my gosh. Maybe that was just my mistake in the game before this one, the last game. But, well, my opponent triple Counterspell and double Spell Pierce in the first like 15 cards. That was insane. Okay, that's a shame, but 4-1, this deck was a blast. Let's talk about that in the wrap-up. So, by the way, the sideboard you're seeing here is slightly different from the sideboard I actually played in the league, and I forgot about that. I will write about this in the comment section, so you will know what sideboard I actually played in the moment I played the league, and what sideboard I am playing right now with this deck. And by the way, I will try to ask you once more to subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you, this will help me very, very much. Okay, so now let's talk about the deck. I think there aren't a lot of things we can change in this deck because it's just so freaking perfect. I don't think you can cut anything and I don't think you can add anything. The number of lands was perfect, the number of artifacts was perfect, everything was perfect to the last... Okay, that was a meme, but... By the way, I'm serious, this was perfect and this was a blast. I always love playing super aggressive decks like this one, even more if they are actual budget decks. In this case, it's maybe even cheaper than the standard one, so I think you can rent this deck for like $2 a week or something. It's like free to play, almost free to play Magic, I would say. And that's super interesting because this really felt like a great deck to play. We stood up against Murktide, Goryo, and Hammer Time. We didn't play it against, I don't know, Cascade or maybe Zoo or whatever Tier 1 decks that are in the moment. Amulet Titan, but this deck is brutally fast. We can win on turn 3 or maximum on turn 4 if left unchecked. So maybe even Amulet Titan could be an good matchup. I'm afraid that Yawgmoth could be a not that great matchup, because Yawgmoth historically has a lot of blockers like Wall of Roots and those annoyingly undying creatures and whatever they can play. So what can I change here is nothing in the main deck, but perhaps in the sideboard I would finally cut those Chalice of the Void, and I can probably cut even these 3 mana tithes and add perhaps some Graveyard Hate, I don't know, Rest in Peace probably, 1 more Path to Exile and 1 more Wear and Tear probably. I don't know, I will surely play this deck more in the future and will keep you updated. So thank you for staying with me, I hope you enjoyed this video. And as I said, you can find me even on TikTok, so if you want, go check out my videos. They are the same that I post here on YouTube under the Shorts section. But I will probably create more content on TikTok, such as lore about Planeswalkers and whatever is happening in the newest expansions. And I will probably post those videos only on TikTok. So keep updated and go check it out. Thank you so much, guys. We are almost at 300 subscribers. I am super happy about that, super excited to create videos for you. And I am having so much fun with you guys. So see you soon in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day.